Hi, fellow traders. What's happening? Man, this Monday didn't start out as good as last Monday, for sure. It could have, but it didn't. And we'll talk about that here in a minute. But real quick, I want you guys to understand, to be a really good trader, to be a consistently profitable trader or a full-time trader, talent is not required. What's required is hard work and dedication. What's required is the grind. All right, talent, we can earn and develop and work that talent out of us. Now, there's an abundance of extremely talented athletes, whether it be football players, basketball players, soccer, tennis, golf. A lot of extremely talented players and athletes. But there's so many athletes who do not possess even a tenth of the talent of some of these most talented players in the world. But they become more successful, a lot more successful. And it's not because of their talent, it's because of their work ethic. It's their focused work ethic. It's their mind game. Because they're able to will things out of themselves through a strong mind that most people are unable to. And you can only rely on talent so far before you have to put some work in it for it to develop and grow. So with me, and I know, our culture, we become so hooked on this quick fix type thing where we look for these quick hits. We hunt for that simple algorithm that's going to make us the most profit for the least amount of work or effort or risk. And honestly, there are very few people that do taste some level of success. They're lucky, but eventually their luck runs out. And if they were smart, they would have taken time to actually learn what they're doing. Because if they didn't, at the end of all of it, everything's going to go away. And I've known traders on both sides of the fence. Obviously, more on the wrong side of the fence than on the right side. I've known some traders who've been extremely lucky up front, and they took the time to really learn because they realized they didn't know anything, and they really needed to learn so that they could sustain themselves. And others just said, oh, to hell with it. I'm just going to keep following whoever's giving me the hot tips, and that's what I'm going to do. And they followed themselves right into a black hole. So it's not the talent, it's not the luck. You have to put in that work, and it has to be focused. And for me, I know one of the biggest excuses I get is, hey, I don't have enough time. I work full time. I have a family. But guys, when I started, I had a family. Both kids. One kid in elementary school that played baseball. It was in scouts, played basketball. Had a daughter that was involved in activities. She played softball. And I was a scoutmaster. So I had a lot of activities going on while I was learning how to trade. But what I did was I decided that my family's not going to suffer. My job's not going to suffer. I'm still going to give 120% to all of them. But I also know where I want to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now. And I knew what I needed to do to get there. So I would go at night. I spent 2 to 3 hours every night on the market replay simulator watching live market action or recorded live market action. And the beautiful thing about it is when I noticed something, I could stop it, rewind it, and watch it over and over again. So that when I started seeing these things happen on other charts, on other stocks, I realized, hey, it looks a little different, but the same things are happening. And it's amazing how much growth I had just doing that simple thing. And that's what I try to get you guys to really understand. It's not about having all of this talent. It's not about going after these quick fixes and trying to learn things and get to where you want to be the fastest. It's not about that. It's about taking your time, learning your discipline, and developing those skills so that you can maintain and sustain your trading career. That's what it's all about. And it's not about talent, because God knows there's so many talented athletes, extremely talented athletes that never reach the heights of less talented athletes. Athletes that have a tenth of the talent that they have. But it's all due to work ethic and focusing on the right thing and making sure that they're developing a strong mind, because they're able to will out of themselves what other people can't. And so I was able to will that out of me. Now, yeah, there's some nights that I fell asleep watching charts. Yeah, I was so tired and beat up from all the running around that I would fall asleep. But I made sure, no matter how tired I was there at that table, that dining room table, watching and doing what I needed to do. That's why I'm here right now. Okay, and that's what I'm trying to share with you guys. I'm not a marketer. I could sit here and market this to the moon, because I don't think anybody else out there is doing what I'm doing. But that's not what it's about. I wouldn't be able to affect the people that I affect trying to reach thousands and thousands of people. It's about putting in that focused time, that focused effort, day in and day out. It's not about the talent. I think I talked too much on that. I'm sorry. I get excited sometimes. And honestly, this is a picture of me walking this weekend. And honestly, this is what I was thinking about. I was thinking about what talents did I have to have in order to get to where I am. And it wasn't, because I was reading a book on the plane, and I thought about that. And I was like, look, it wasn't talent. It wasn't talent at all. I'm about the simple-mindedest person you ever want to meet. But it was about putting in that focused work ethic and developing the skills I needed to sustain myself. All right, real quick, I want to explain to everybody what the difference is with the memberships now. Now, here's my thought on this. It's like if I go to the gym, and I've been going to the same gym for 12 years now, and I've paid $28 I think, or whatever the case is. Over the course of 12 years, I spent almost $5,000 in memberships. But guess what? I still don't have anything. I have nothing to take from that. So I'm thinking, if you're going to invest in yourself this long, and there should be a cap that you reach to where, hey, you've stuck with this thing this long, you've invested this much time and this much money into this, then there should be a ceiling to where you don't pay anything else anymore. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. And that's the mindset I had when I came up with these ideas. So like, if you're in a monthly subscription, if you subscribe for 18 months consecutively, you don't need to pay anything else. I mean, that should be it for you. So you get lifetime access to everything. The quarterly, the same way. After 6 quarterly payments, it'll automatically go into a lifetime. It hits a ceiling, you never have to pay again. The GPS to Success Special, the one that's 6 months versus the quarterly 3 months, is the same price. But there again, after 6 of those payments, it just turns into a lifetime. You never have to pay anything. 2 payments of a yearly, same thing. But this starts from this cycle because we moved into a new chat room / education room provider, and I'm able to do this. I have the freedom to do it, and this makes more sense to me. Now, you guys that are on the specials from last year, like the $2.99 yearly special, all of that, this is not retroactive. So I did provide an opportunity for you guys to take advantage of what you've already paid, because that is all a part of the old platform. All of that's gone. We're starting fresh. So I did send out an email to you guys yesterday letting you know what that deal is. But I wanted to explain this because I've gotten a lot of questions on how this thing works. So once you sign up, if you stay in whatever membership for that length of time, after that, you'll never have to pay another dime. So that's how that works. If you have any questions, just email me, ed@averagejoetrader.com, and we'll talk about it then. All right, so let's look at some trading. Now, I want to talk about the positives first, and then we'll get to this day trading crap. So, SERV, this was the swing I got in toward the end of November. All right, so here was the entry here, and we took profit toward the end of November again. We took some profit here, locked in just over $1,000, $1,061, because it hit the 20. The 20 was just screaming in, and we talked about all of this in the recap video. So I took profit here. This was a nice move up. This was a nice bull flag, and it broke. But of course, I got a little nervous and got out. So today, I kind of waited for a couple of weeks. You can see here was the break, and it didn't get very far beyond that break. I was looking for 42. Trying to line it up, line it up with some resistance up here. But you can see it failed. And then today we just started selling off, made a lower low relative to this pullback. So I dumped it. But we locked in 1676.09. So just about $2,700 on this trade. And I know it took forever. It took several weeks. These trades aren't designed to take this long. But I did make some errors in execution. I shouldn't have been scared out by the 20 SMA. I should have waited to the EMA, and I would have booked some more profit. But hey, it is what it is. I learned from that mistake. Know that I need to, when the market is a little soft, we got to give it a little bit more time. But this was a perfect setup. Just not perfect execution, but still ended up with $2,600. So tomorrow, once I download it and I can pull up the chart with the entries and exits on it, I'll get it posted to the website so you can see it in all its glory. Now today, not today, but you saw we entered this last week, this DLTR. This was the entry here. Same setup, same oversold setup. We're looking for it to bounce, give us that hook. My first target, we can look at it today. This is what it looks like today, after today. My first target is up here, just over 94, like around 94.50. That's what I'm looking for tomorrow, it to hit this target. Ultimate target is between 98 and 100. I was hoping to get up towards 99, 100 bucks, but the 20 is just screaming in, and it will probably block it if it even gets close to that. But I am expecting at least 94.50. So we'll lock in profit here. That'll be the first leg of this move. And if it fails, no harm, no foul. We got the first leg. That's what we look for. Anything beyond the first leg is gravy. So that's what we're looking for on that. So that's the positives. That's the positives. So now we'll deal with the crappy crappy day trading. All right, so blue. This came up on the scanner, but I have a really bad relationship with this stock. If you were paying attention to the price action, I know this looks really, really good. But if you watch the price action and you watched how this thing jumped around and you saw how it would be, the spread would be 8 cents and then you blink your eyes and it'd be 80 cents. That's the kind of action this stock gives. And that's why I wasn't going to trade it, why I didn't put it on my watch. But it looks like I would have been profitable if I had done that. But again, I have to go based on my experiences and knowing how this stock trades. It was my professional decision to not trade it. And if I saw it again tomorrow, I probably wouldn't trade it again tomorrow, because I have to stick to my rules and everything. Because every time I break my rules, that's when I start to lose. And we don't need to get into that. So, and here was a nice initial move, opening range breakdown from here. Here's the bounce. And I kind of called this out. It's like you guys are looking at this. Here's the rejection and a really nice secondary trade. I mean, it didn't do as well as you would have expected based on this move, but you can see the volume and everything slowed down. We were trading on really, really low volume, which made this a scary trade. But still, would have been a really nice move. I would have been sitting, going home today with $1,000. Over $1,000 again today. Had I traded this, but I didn't. I messed with my old buddy ROKU, who is really tough to trade in this market. Has proven to be really tough to trade in this market, but I haven't learned my lesson. So, yeah, the first trade was nice. Got some profit on it. Got a little base hit, and then it went down from there. 2 stop outs and red. So, unfortunately, that was our day. So I just want to put this behind me. Don't think about it. Move on. And let's get ready for tomorrow. All right. So that's going to do it for me tonight. You guys have a great night, a great evening, and we'll get back at this thing tomorrow morning and try to get this shit righted.